Second shot on a par 4, Rick. It's landed here.
Yes.
Luckily, struck myself a good lie, but hardly any green to work with. Short-sided bunker shot. And look, it's a difficult shot, but because it's quite shallow, it looks easy. Still a challenge for a lot of players though, isn't it?
100%. I think part of it is, and I don't know how you coach bunker shots, I tend to be one of those coaches that wants somebody to swing the club with some aggressiveness.
Big time.
I want that club moving through that sand, and I want some acceleration happening. A shorter shot, part of our brain goes, oh, don't go too fast.
Yeah.
Now we try to be perfect, and we shorten that up, and then we leave it in the bunker, right? We can still be aggressive with a shorter motion, and also then looking at the variables. I always go back to variables first. The sand. Now you're not allowed to take a practice swing. I get it, but we can feel it in our feet.
Yep.
We can look at it. For instance, it had the sprinklers go on this morning. It's a little wet, so it might feel a little thicker. It is sitting up fine. We're on a slight upslope. We look at the lip in front of us. What's the height we have to get to? This has to be problem one.
Yep.
Solve that first.
Yep.
Then I look at how receptive is these greens. Now I know these greens very well. They're medium to soft, so the ball should take 2 bounces, kind of settle in. I'm not going to say it's going to zip back, but guess what? There's not much green even beyond the hole.
Oh yeah.
So short side here, but with not much behind it, now gets us into a situation of, can you create enough loft on this, right? One thing is spin, but usually spins come out mid trajectory, and you have some room to work with. Here, I think we got to go higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I look at the variables first. Then I go, what's the best way for me to do it? Personally, for me, it's opening up a lob wedge. It's getting steep. But it's still being aggressive with it. I think with short-sightedness, people get tentative because they're afraid of going long.
Yeah.
I get it. First phase is this, though. What's the trajectory I need to hit it out here? Even if this ball landed at the hole and then went back 10 feet, even if you're putting on the fringe, fine.
Yeah.
Fine, take what you have.
If you're on the surface here, you've got a chance.
Exactly, exactly. So how do you look at this bunker shot from a standpoint of technique?
Yeah, so very much the same as what you were just describing then. One of the biggest faults that I see players make is they make a swing relative to the distance that they would with chipping. And then when they do that, they go, well, I got a lob wedge, maybe I just need to like pick it clean. The problem is
yes.
as soon as you do that, then as soon as you don't hit it perfect, millimeter perfect in this instance, then all the speed of the club is taken off by hitting the sand, and then you've just left it straight in front. So without a doubt, having some intentionality behind the speed, if it was a bit longer, I'd say swing it like a 7-iron, but hit the sand and just try and get that sand on the green.
Yes.
That'll be enough speed to get the ball out.
Sure.
But like you said, short-sighted, we're going to need loft. So I'm going to open the club face quite considerably, almost to the point where I can see all the grooves looking back up at me at address, and then I'm going to lower the handle as well. And that's just going to help keep the loft through the golf shot. Now, for the speed component here, Rick, what should players be aware of that is a simple outcome, focus, and feel that they can implement to get the speed required?
Yeah, so this is where, again, I would love your feedback too, is I have some people who are very talented players that there's a lot of hand speed happening. There's a lot of release and coming underneath that. That's fine. Average player, I think that's a hard timing thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I like arm speed as the guide.
Okay.
I like arm speed coming through. We've opened the face. Certainly you're going to set the wrist here. I would probably be conservative and set it and then arm speed it through without a lot of release underneath. Yeah. That's for me personally. So I use arm speed over release speed with the hands.
Yeah, and I think regardless if you're thinking arm speed or wrist speed, if you can try and get the golf club head above your own on either side, that will be enough momentum to get the ball out, regardless of what level you're at. If you're a high level golfer, yeah, you're going to try and be a little bit more precise and you would use a little bit more wrist to get that. But I think as a generalized statement, if you can try and get the club above your own in the backswing and the follow through, that'll give you enough momentum with the club to get it going through the sand and the ball popping out.
Totally agree. Let's do it.
So final thought as I'm approaching this shot, we want to think about something positive as an outcome rather than what we don't want to do, which is leave it in or blade it over the back. I like to think about tossing the sand onto the green and the ball's just getting in the way.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I like that a lot too, because again, it's both what's happening here, but with the intention of what's going on out there. So I like that we're not getting, sometimes we'll say, oh, 2 inches behind and all that stuff, but I think then people start to, it's like they're killing the sand, they go down, there's not a follow through with it. But having the momentum going through, I think, helps us put those two pieces together. And you said earlier, I like that idea of that club coming up here and then we're splashing the sand through. So we have a here and then here coming through. I think simplifies it, but again, gets back to what's in your control and a positive statement of what you want to accomplish.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so putting that together, face open, handle low, what I'm going to do is feel that the club head is going above my own on either side. Let's just get that sand splashing onto the green.
Beautiful.
Ran out a little bit too long, but you know what? I'm pretty happy with the result of getting myself a chance for a par.
Definitely. Great job.
Thanks for watching this video. YouTube thinks that you would benefit from watching this one next. So click that card and it could be the tip that you need to take your game to the next level. I'll see you next time.